Bernie Sanders picked up his first congressional endorsement. It is from the co-chairman of the Progressive Caucus, Representative Raúl Gijalva, and he is from Arizona and has endorsed Bernie Sanders. Take a look.
What's he got that she ain't got?
Well, I don't
He's
think
got
it's
you. That's what he's got.
Bernie's a friend, and I wanted to do for Bernie's campaign what I can to reinforce his message. I think the strongest thing that Bernie has, it's a message, it's an agenda. It is resonating well with the American people. It's resonating well because there's a connection, and the connection is America's frustration where we are, where our economy is, where wages are, where inclusion and participation in our democracy isn't. Bernie's talking about that, and that consistency, I think, is something that not only has drawn me there, and he's a friend, but I think as other members begin to also hear from their constituents, as other members begin to look at what the motivation that Bernie is creating across this country, I think more and more people will begin to give very, very serious consideration to his campaign.
So this is very, very significant because Bernie Sanders is in desperate need of congressional endorsements. If you don't know, Hillary Clinton has picked up over 100 congressional endorsements. So Bernie Sanders now has one. And here's my question. Where are the other progressives at? Anyone? There's over 70 people in the Progressive Caucus in Congress, and there are other progressives that are not part of that caucus, such as Jeff Merkley, such as Elizabeth Warren, and I want to know where they are. Why haven't you come out and endorsed Bernie Sanders? This is great that we have one, but I mean, at this point, I don't get it. So I want to know what they're waiting for. I want to know why they're playing the establishment's game of waiting. I think it's because if Bernie Sanders loses, they don't want to look like fools and then have to endorse Hillary Clinton later. But the thing is that if you endorse Bernie Sanders' campaign, you give him a boost and make it that much more likely that he will actually win. Now, furthermore, you want Bernie Sanders' campaign to be successful because this will help out your future campaigns, because the more that progressive campaigns are successful, that helps you. You don't want to be the wing of the Democratic Party that lost. You want to help people from your own political group. So I don't know what they're all waiting for. So my call to action for my viewers is to call your senator, call your representative, and ask them, when are you going to endorse Bernie? Actually, you know what? Don't ask them when. Tell them to endorse Bernie Sanders. Tell them that if they want to be successful in the next election, then they have to endorse Bernie Sanders. We don't have to ask them. We don't have to be nice. Well, we want to be polite, but we can be very direct in what we want. We're the ones who put them in office. They are accountable to us. So we can actually email them and call them and say, you need to endorse Bernie Sanders, and you need to do it right now. Stop waiting around. Don't play this game of waiting until the Democratic primaries are over. He needs your support right now. Make the call. Endorse him. If you're not going to endorse him, then endorse Hillary Clinton already. But we need to know if you're actually a progressive or if you just say you are, because progressive causes are very popular and they do very well. I mean, anytime you see the minimum wage on the ballot, it gets passed. In the 2014 election, I mean, the Republicans cleaned house with Democrats. Yet, progressive ballot initiatives still passed overwhelmingly. I mean, you had the marijuana initiatives in Oregon and Alaska. You had the minimum wage initiatives in 4 states. So, again, be a good progressive and actually endorse other progressives. But, getting on the more happy note, I think that Raúl Gijalva is fantastic for doing this, and I think that what he may have just done inadvertently is open the floodgates. I think that he is going to give other progressives in Congress the confidence that they need to actually come out and endorse Bernie Sanders. Nobody wants to be the first one that's like, all right, I'm going to do it this early. Nobody wants to be that person, but he did it, and now it's time for everyone else to follow suit.